and welcome back to Humankind. This is part 2. If you missed part 1, it's on the channel. We're playing as the Egyptian Greeks. I believe we started as the Egyptian culture. We're now playing as the Greeks in the classic era. I'm going to hopefully move through to sort of the medieval era is my target for today. And just a quick recap, in case you're freshly joining me, you didn't catch the first episode or the live streams. Here's our capital, Denial. Because it was the Egyptian capital, kind of along the Nile River. We have this absolutely beautiful tile here. I mean, really, just look at this map, by the way. Holy moly. How beautiful is that? So good. Look at all the little details as well. Little farm animals spawning in and out. You gotta love it. So we also have another city down here, the city of Thebes, which is our relatively new city. And then I've also... Whoa! Holy UI, Batman. I've also claimed 1, 2, 3 other territories. So I've put an outpost down in all 3 of these and sort of claimed them as my own. And then finally, also, way over here, we have Sus, the city-state, which appeared during last episode, who I've been slowly bribing over time, increasing my tolerance, increasing their tolerance of me, I should say. You can see we're actually nearly at cordial. We can nearly buy their resources. We can nearly have their armies hired as our mercenaries. We can nearly have it so they won't fight us and share their vision. And then I wonder what happens when we get to friendly. They won't attack us, and we can assimilate them into our empire. So we can basically just buy them. And we've done this a couple of times, so it's kind of expensive, so I might not do it again just yet, but that is very good. And down here we were absolutely harassing our purple neighbor, like to a ridiculous level. We've been harassing her all game, and we're going to keep doing it as well. We're going to venture, probably won't attack her city, that's a little bit aggressive, but what we will do is move our units along this way, and hopefully maybe harass this guy down here, who's kind of being a bit of a pain in my backside. And I believe I have another unit around here somewhere, don't I? Where are you, additional unit? Population gain, a new grievance available. Why did we get that, I wonder? Let's have a look. Click the wee magnifying glass, and we can see that we are concerned for the people under the unjust rule of their leader. So we're so aggressive. We just hate, we're like, you suck. So we can either renounce to get a demand for a grievance, or we can demand. All trope is spending. No, we don't care. We'll just renounce that. They're going to demand 100 gold, 200 gold. We're going to refuse that, obviously, and they've withdrawn their demand because they're afraid of us. They're never going to be able to enforce us to give them 200 gold. That's just ludicrous. Also, it would absolutely pummel us down into the red. Jason, good to see you. Jason says, are you enjoying the game so far? Honest opinion. My honest opinion, yes. 100% yes. I'm not even just like falling for the hype train or... Well, I could be, but 100% seriously, cross my heart and hope to die. I'm having a lot of fun with this so far. Having a lot of fun with this. It's cool. It's cool. It's vibrant. It's a bit different, but not too different. Thebes lost a population due to its low food, as did Baekdu. Interesting. Let's jump into the city management screen and see what's going on here. We are actually growing. Attach outpost. Gives the ability to attach one of your outposts and its territories to an adjacent city. I've never tried that before. Interesting. So I've just attached Fledgton into Thebes. So now Thebes is like a super city. It's claiming all of that territory. And it's got much more defense. Fascinating. Very fascinating. We could actually, what we maybe should do is detach. We won't do it now because we've wasted our influence, but we could detach it and then attach it to Denial, and then attach something else to Thebes. I like that a lot. It's producing a harbour, so that's fine. Let's have a wee fight. Nope, they're cowards. Now they're demanding that we pay 400 gold. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Imagine. I think we'll chase them down. Let's zoom back in. Yeah, we'll keep following them. Why not? And I have another little army up here that could do some harassing. But what I might do instead actually is have a wee explore around this way, because there are some resources here that haven't been claimed that we could definitely place a claim on. Pay 130 influence to attach that outpost to Thebes as well. Make it a mega city. But for the time being, we'll leave it as is. Cool, and Baekdu has gained its population again. Very good. Yeah, really, I'm really enjoying this game. There are a few annoying little sort of grievances. I'm speaking in proper humankind speak, but for the most part, very much enjoying it. Okay, so there's a deluge along Thebes. We can either ignore it, which has a chance for terrible consequences. We can pay 60 gold and have bad consequences. We can pay 120 gold and have good. I'm going to pay the money. I'm protecting my city at all costs. And 120 gold is actually not a terrible price to pay to do so. Let's get up on this hill. This land here is also unclaimed, and it has this geyser that I think if I turn on... No. Turn on yields. There we go. +2 science and +3 production from that tile. So that's quite an interesting tile. Shame the horses weren't in the same... Because horses provide science. This is actually a very scientific... There's 1, 2, 3 different science tiles there. I could consider taking that. Which army needs moving? Where far out there, army-o? There you are. That unit ran for cover, did it? Interesting. I think we can pillage this, which is fun. Saffron. Shall we? Shall we ransack the district? Brilliant. We just gained 43 gold. And that will have certainly pissed them off. Sorry. Not sorry. Cool, and we sold some resources, making some extra moolah. Yeah, the zoomed out view of the map is very cool. It's like Civ strategic view, but actually useful. I think it's still slightly cluttered, but that could be my own ineptness for not like turning certain resource icons on or off. So, I don't know, basically. I'll keep cruising. This unit is actually damaged, so we maybe should just pop into friendly territory and heal up, just in case. Knowledge is power, so let's unlock the market quarter for us, which is kind of like our commercial hub. Also the food market, which is a project kind of effect. And House of Scribes, which provides +1 science per researcher and 2 research slots. Interesting. We don't need the research slots yet, so I'm not too worried about them. We've successfully plundered that tile. Good to know. What is Denial up to? So Denial is not producing anything. Now could be the time to strengthen it. It did just produce a really nice... science district here for us. Look at this. We're now actually making big money. Big science money. And I think, yeah, so we've improved that sea resource as well. Are there any harbour? No, we can't really get harbour. I was just wondering about like harbour adjacencies, but we can't get them. I've got so much to build and no time to do it. I'm pretty keen to get a ranged unit just because I don't have one. But let's have a look at the strength of these units. So this will actually only take 1 turn to get a scout rider, a scout. We can get a spearman. I'm gonna build an archer. We're gonna fund the war stick, which is very unlike me. But knowledge is power. What else can we pillage? I'm in a pillaging mood now. How's this person not improved any of their... Look at this. Like, what is this? Here's a resource. Come on. Get improving, punk. We don't necessarily need to fight all of our neighbors, so I'm fine with not fighting them and just making my way back into friendly territory and healing up as planned. Thebes needs to produce something too. I love these districts. They provide influence and science. I think that's pretty massive. But we do have a little seaside economy going on here, which kind of makes me want to start working on some market quarters. That being said, there's not a lot actually right next to the city, is there? Let's not do that. What kind of yields do I have? I don't want to mess with our food too much because we're actually shrinking. So let's fix that. Let's fix that. Maybe we do one of these infrastructure projects. So we can get +2 food for farmers and +1 farmer slot. We can get +2 food along a river, which is nice because we are right along the river. Or +3 food from our harbour, which is currently only producing 1 food. Yikes. I think we'll go with the, I like both of these bonuses quite a lot. The food from the stables is very strong, but I don't think we have horses in this city. Although this one is attached now. I'm not quite sure how that plays out in practice. Let's do the granary. +2 food for farmers, and we're also going to do the +2 food on river. I'm going to do it first, I think. And it's time to open up our technology tree, which I still just think looks so good. So good. We've reached a new era. All technologies from this era are now available to research. Each era brings new gameplay. Da. You can keep researching ancient era texts if they're still available. Thank you. Understandy. What's right at the end of this tree, I wonder? Nationhood, microbiology, wireless telegraphy, aeronautics, trench warfare. Yeah, so you can see it goes up to the industrial era at the moment. Gosh, it is a smooth tech tree. Look at that, everybody. Look at just how nice this is. Okay, let's go for... We could keep pushing the science route. Get the research quarter. Get a school. Get really teched up in philosophy. Or roads, though. Oh, I love roads. Let's get roads. It's only 4 turns, and we'll get some instant roads. Flooded lands too. So this is the thing that we paid 120 gold for before. Fortune favors you. The skies above Thebes grew darker and darker, a deluge. Basically, it rained a lot, and we got real lucky. Brilliant. Basically, we didn't take any penalties, is really what happened. Fate of the Free Cities. Whereas it was divided into rulers, great spawning empires, and proud independent cities, your struggles with the empires, but you should not forget to play part in the free cities. Show me the details. So we can get +10 stability and +2% food per alliance on a city or outpost, which we are working towards, or +5% food on city or outpost. Assimilated peoples. That feels good. That feels good. But we should pay maybe some more broader attention to what we've got going on here, because I've got 328 influence, which means I can start taking some of these quite comfortably. So +10% stability and +5% money is what this one will give us. Or we can go for the industry with communal rights. Money or industry? I'm going to go industry if I buy that one. Oh, no. I lost it. Come back here. And then, so this one will give me +2% food per alliance. That's not massive, but the +5% food feels way better. So let's get that. Brilliant. And shall I spend some more influence? Yeah. We can actually have another city. So maybe let's upgrade this place to a city. Screw it. We're getting our 3rd city down. Because why not? We can start really producing. So what does this city do well? Ooh, it actually has some sage that is not being harvested. So I'm going to jump on that immediately. Because the more sage we have in our empire, the more exponential the benefits are. And I believe Yes, this one is Sage as well. +3 stability on all cities. So it's just like a flat stability bonus, which allows us to grow, because stability is kind of an anti-growth mechanic in the same way that amenities or happiness is in Civilization. That's what stability does here. It sort of keeps you in check, so to speak. Speaking of keeping people in check, hey friend, what you up to? Fleeing is what they're up to. Fleeing towards my territory, though, feels like a bad move. We won, and our population's our population is like, please kill them. I think it's about time for this unit to heal. So you can just regroup for a turn, maybe two. Oh, hello, Jake. Good to see you. The wheel is researched. Brilliant. So that's connected automatic roads, which provide +1 movement within our empire. And also, we've got some funky units we can build out of it as well. What early tech am I missing here? Masonry, which is the stoneworks project and forced labor. Working citizens this hard will send many to an early grave. Not sure if I want forced labor, but I will pick up that tech just for the sake of completion. And the this project, the Stoneworks project, is going to be quite useful in our productive city. Really, in all of our cities, actually. And there's some sort of grievance here available. But I'm not going to push that. I'm not going to push a weird faith grievance. I actually don't care about religion at all. It's a miracle that that we just happen to be doing kind of well with the religious thing. Hello, Oscar the Mike. Good to see you. Right, let's keep abusing her. There we go. We just literally killed her. So that's a mood. And, oh yes, and up here we've got our archer, which is very fun. Let's send it down and do some harassment. Send it down this way. It's only going to take... go away. It's only going to take 3 turns for it to mosey on down. Love it. Love it. Oh, okay, we can start producing here again. What are our yields? So if we focus up the top here, you can see cities growing pretty well. Stability... Our stability is decreasing, which I don't love. Which sort of suggests that we might want to build maybe a garrison can give us +5 stability. There's not a lot else that we can build, but we might be able to enact a civic, perhaps. I don't want to cancel the small council. Oops. Army composition, legitimacy. One of these, I think. Oh man, +10% science if we go full progress. Tempting. Yikes. My goodness, I keep accidentally closing out of this tree. Yeah, so this one will give us a nice stability bonus. We just have to choose if we want industry or gold. I kind of want industry, so I'm going to go communal rights. I think that's a good spend. And then this is just going to give me a wee tooltip about what influence is and how it works. That's fine. I don't quite need to read that. And then, just to really ram it home, we'll build a garrison. It wouldn't hurt to have one in our capital anyway, is my thinking. And we can get a nice little adjacency bonus next to the science district. And this spot looks pretty good on a hill. Yeah. Either way, it's going to provide +5 stability and +2 science. So, and they're all sort of meh tiles, but we can get the +2 science if we pop it there. Is there any value in putting it here? Not really, it's just going to destroy our food. That feels bad, man. Let's put it on this hill. A wonderful spot for a garrison. Brilliant. Oh yeah, and we did actually just get that new Civic, didn't we? What did it do? Modify unit industry cost 20%, +1 combat strength. Okay, nice to know. Nice to have in the back pocket. Another era star. We're era starring everywhere all the time. These guys have healed. I don't have a huge use for them at the moment. Oh, but here's a resource to ransack. Oh, look at this. We're actually now at a point in the game where we'll have to declare war on them to break through into this city, because it's not just a territory for them anymore. We should probably get this citied up as well. 146. Sweet, we can do that next turn. Ah, but our limit is too small. Our limit is too small. We need some more policies, clearly. I mean, we are actually still here. Interesting. So we can still walk through it. Maybe it's just... Oh. No, it's actually not going to let me walk at all. Except out. Okay. So be it. You've closed your borders. It's fine. We'll fortify it until healed with this unit anyway, so to speak. Fortify until healed. God. Civ speak. What's this city doing? Oof. Again, we're losing a bit of stability. We'll go down to 30. This state will remain as long as your city stability stays between 30 and 90. So we're actually riding that pretty close. Let's boost our stability really any way we can. I think it's probably going to be a garrison. And I want to try and find somewhere that doesn't absolutely destroy every tile. Absolutely destroy every yield, rather. We'll put it next to the harbour, probably. I'd like to get some adjacent seeing going on, but also I don't want to ruin these farms, because they're quite nice. Oh, that tile's not terrible, and it's on a hill, and it's on our borders, actually. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get a district up there. Get another garrison. So we've got a couple of garrisons online, just to keep our stability in check. We don't want our empire being all unstable. There's a minor event, and this empire's changed their attitude. Whatever, so be it. It's a long way around. Must be faster because of the roads? I'm not entirely sure. What strange unit pathing. Just make your way into the main plaza there. Brilliant. Okay, I think everything's going really well. Famous last words. Yep. So, this here... I want to make that a city still, so I'm going to do that right now. Boom. There's another era star for us, which is really nice. It's very stable, so we can probably go straight onto resource extraction for +3 gold. Love to see it. And I might queue up another one. Let's extract all the resources. Or maybe... I do love these buildings. Science and influence. Feels like the best building in the game. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. I'm probably over-exaggerating. Okay, let's see. Wouldn't hurt to have a boat. But I love the idea of pushing for philosophy. So we're going to grab philosophy. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. Go away. Okay. Oh yeah, the city, this city, mind you, does need to produce something. I feel like a farmer's quarter is a good start. Where is the highest yielding tile? It's probably gonna be this one. It will provide some minor adjacency to the districts around it as well. So, yeah, I think that's a good move. Let's do that. We'll get a farmer's quarter down there. We are now above our city cap. I'm not sure what that's going to do. Your empire suffers a penalty of 30 influence per turn. Yeesh. Lucky I've got a lot of influence, otherwise that could be an issue. But I do actually have a shed load of influence, so I'm not too stressed about it. I think we need to lay another claim. There's some tactical... There's some tactics in having this island because it's next to the capital. But I'm also kind of interested in that one, so I'm going to send my 2 scouts that way. And we'll just maybe test the waters and see what's going on. Oh, what a beautiful map. My goodness. What was this? These guys. And then in the city of Thebes, so we're ready to produce again. We're just pumping stuff out. We've improved our stability a little bit, but it's not super fantastic. And building any more district, I still can't quite build more districts. I think it might be time for either the pyramids of Giza or stone rings. Plus 25, plus 20, plus 1. Oh, let's go the pyramids of Giza. Screw it. Screw it, we're building the pyramids. I'm not sure what they actually do to tiles. So I'm not sure, like, quite where they should go. It doesn't... the game doesn't appear to be giving me any tooltips. Like, it looks like it's not going to change yields. And if it's not going to change yields, then I'm going to put it up on this hill because that looks cool, basically. 20 turns later. But we could actually speed it up a little bit here. We chop down this forest. The classic Civ 6 play. We chop down this forest. It'll take 4 turns. It'll turn it into dry grass, but it will provide 20 production to Thebes. And then if we wanted to go real extreme, we could also... If I just... Oops. Okay, I've just accidentally clicked this button, which I didn't know existed, but is useful to know. Spends money to increase stability. Plus 10 stability for 10 turns for 40 bucks. That's actually quite nice. Let's go... Let's see what it looks like if I go for... production... and food... Put us at 75. That one will put us at 75. That one puts us at 63. That's almost a no-brainer to go city growth mode. We lose a lot of money and science, but it's gonna help us a little bit. Or we could go economic exports, which would decrease our focus on growth and put more focus onto cash moolah, which I kind of like, actually. So I might just leave that. Cool. It's got 3 money specialists. Nah, let's go growth. Let's go growth. Whoa, look at that. They all jump over. I'm going to put 1 in money because I feel like that's kind of fun. Maybe 1 in science? It'll give us an extra 8 science per turn. And not really decrease our growth rate by that much. So I've put it on city growth and then I've manually adjusted everything back to the way it was. So that's amazing. Okay. Let's move on. Why is this tile red? What's going on? Oh, maybe. Oh, actually, what we should do, seeing as we've got all this extra gold, I feel like hitting this button just increase. We may as well just increase stability. Like, it's cheap. We're making so much money. Speaking of, actually, I wonder if we can... Oh, interesting. So the pyramids are a wonder, and so we can buy it out with population rather than gold. That is really fascinating because there's a lot of historical accuracy, sadly, in that. Buy out this construction at the cost of people. Buying it will instantly complete it. We can send 11 people to their deaths. We don't even have 11 people. We've only got 8, so probably not going to do that. And it doesn't look like I can throw money at it any other way. However, I could throw money at something else that would help us produce it faster. I.e. one of these. So we've got +1 industry on forest and woodland, +1 industry on mountain, on stone field, and on rocky field. Or those quarters. So what have we actually got here? Stonefield River, Prairie, Stonefield River. What about up on these hills? Lots of stone fields. So there's a lot of stone fields and a lot of rivers. So this project, do quarrying level 1. And can I queue it ahead of the pyramids? Or am I stuck with the pyramids now? Oops. Cool, I can. It's gonna, unfortunately, that buyout cost is a little more expensive than I would have liked. I can also choose to give up 2 population for it, but that feels bad. So let's just pop the pyramids back in, I guess. Save up our money. Next time. We could go chop another forest. Here's a forest that's... Oh, hello, what are you? Ooh, you're tough. I'm a little bit scared. Do I need to send the archer in as backup? Maybe. We're pretty friendly with these dudes, though. Yeah, look, they're just going about their merry way. They don't care. They don't care. Right, let's chop a forest. This is another one, 4 turns, and we'll get some extra production. So we'll just try and pump out those pyramids as fast as we can. The Nubians would like a non-aggression pact. We'll take it. We'll take that. Quite happily. They are adaptive, open, and vindictive. Great. A great set of attributes. Good God. This army's kind of just stationed here at this point. What you up to, Denial? Denial's tiles. Denial's tiles. Lots of prairie. Prairie. Yeah, look at this. It's all prairie, basically. +2 food on river. Actually, hilariously, not many river tiles in Denial. Not really living up to its name. I mean, it could be doing it better. Let's put it on balanced policy. Actually get a scientist in it. And I really like the idea of doing this project. That'll really buff our researchers, and so we'll get some good science down here. We can build our capital up to be a scientific capital. I think that's what its specialization will be. Comrade Anthony says, I'm playing right now. I was not nice to my neighbors. I killed pretty much all their tribespeople, and they are concerned with just one territory. They're cornered, sorry, with just one territory and can't leave. Oh, good stuff. What's going on here? The last of the alliance. We can accept how Thebes runs itself is not of concern. We can punish them, which will put forced labor in place. What is going on? A troubling truth has emerged regarding the great stable megalopolis, apparently, of Thebes. Many servants from the city's palace have been castrated. What? At the command of their local ruler. The eunuchs are believed to be more loyal. Interesting. Not sure if I would be more loyal. And they are said to play a number of roles, from courtier to singer to guard. What is my view? So I can be like, yep, thieves, just castrate people, that's fine. Chop them off. I could punish them, which would enforce forced labor, which will lose us a bit of stability, but get us some production. Or we can lock them down. Eunuchs will help steady the capital, even as there's more powerful interests maybe upset. So we can get some stability but lose some industry. I'm gonna sorry to the eunuchs. Mutilation of our people is an outrage, and the city will pay. So I'm gonna force them into labor. Sorry, team. Only because before I accidentally spent that money on procession, so stability is actually okay because I just put some TLC into it, so I don't mind. Is this the best streamer, man? Block a Choc YT. Finally joining us live. Good to see ya. City's got 5 pop, 15 fortification. Lots of river tiles, so I think we probably the smart move here is to invest in a project that buffs river tiles, i.e. +2 food on river. Flood irrigation, really good. Let's grab that. That feels like an absolute no-brainer. How's Thebes doing? We still don't have enough money, so we'll just let that plot away. And down here in Sparta, love it, which is our brand new city, we should probably, I was going to say we should probably have a feast. It's really high on stability, so we can do sort of whatever we want. It looks like it's going to be more of a productive powerhouse than anything. So this is a great improvement because it will improve to a couple of different luxuries, a couple of different strategic resources. Putting one here will buff this tile up to a +4, which is also mine. So worth thinking about. Interestingly, it doesn't actually influence that one, but if I put it here, all of these tiles do quite well. These go to 4 production. And it'll buff that one as well. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Cool. Been in a few but haven't spoken in chat. Ghost mode. Absolute ghost mode. Oh, what was that? Absolute parties going on down here at this new industrial district, which that city produced so fast, living up to its reputation. These archers could chop down another forest if we would like to get a little bit more production here. I think we'll do it. Let's they really should be fighting people, but instead I'm getting my archers just to chop down forests to quickly build the pyramids. It is what it is. Okay, let's get a garrison. Just make sure that we don't fall behind on our stability. Probably getting one that's close to my neighbors is a good idea, i.e. right here next to Nash. Get an aggressive fortification, and we'll sort of try and build the city around this way to try and get some good adjacency bonuses too, I think. While it's doing that, I might as well queue up something else. Should we queue up the shared project, maybe? Yeah, let's put some production into our shared holy site, which I've been ignoring for such a long time. David! Yes, I recognize you from the comments section. Oscar Mike, how long did it take you to be able to live stream? I can't answer that very easily, I'm sorry. Because the channel was very old, but it was inactive for such a long time. Ooh, let's get iron. That I sort of can't really answer that very accurately. But basically a few months. Basically. But also, you could also say 5 years. So, somewhere between 5 years and 2 months. Remembering that there were about 4 years of inactivity in those 5 years, basically. I think you don't need to be a YouTube partner to stream, though. I think you can stream before you become a YouTube partner, but you do need to meet some sort of threshold. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Oh, look, these units. It's these guys, isn't it? Is it? No, those guys are actually just stationed there. Oh, it's these guys. Yes, so we sent... it's tempting to claim this territory. Oh, look, there's actually a random goodie hut here. Brilliant. We just explored and found 30 science. We've got a lot of influence. Let's do it. It's recommending, and I'm quite keen to take its recommendations because it's actually quite smart. Like it's a little bit more. It feels anyway a little bit more intelligent than Civ 6, and actually that really does speak to the developers of this game, I think, because they're the endless saga, endless space, endless legend. The AI is quite good. Actually, there's a caveat there. The AI that assists the player is quite good. Enemies, actually, to be fair, actually pretty good too. Will you accept this offer? Non-aggression pact. Offer to accept the Empire's position in exchange for 100 gold. Yeah, I'll accept it, but you're paying me. They refused it. Okay. Well, I mean, you're own. I'm not going to pay you 100 gold not to fight me. Cool. Just had seeing a question in the chat from David. David asks, I don't understand how chopping works. Does it give production while it lasts or when it finishes? I'm assuming it's when it finishes, exactly the same as Civ 6. It didn't look like it wasn't feeding any in when I told the unit to do it, but now that they've done it, you can see that Thebes has jumped a little bit. Shall we keep doing it? I'm kind of addicted to chopping down forests now. So I'm going to send this army up here to chop down this one. You can see that I've ordered them to do it this turn. It's going to take them 4 turns, and it will provide 20 at the end of those 4 turns. So it's not providing any now.
I think we can undertake a common venture.
Again, they're just pushing the same offer at me. I'm like, no, but you can pay me to have it. And they're like, no. And that's where we're ending. So that feels like a bit of a diplomatic boo-boo. Oh, cool. Yep. So they're claiming that territory, which is nice. And that is ours. Standing army researched. We now have only the hottest fires can free this metal. Sounds like a clickbait title for Iron. You won't believe the hotness of these fires. Also gets us hoplites, which is our unique unit. So I have to build one of those. I'm obliged to build at least one of those. Cool, and we got another era star, which is always good to have. Oh my god, I'm just gonna refuse this offer because they just won't stop. Like, I'm almost tempted to pay them the 100 gold just so they stop asking me for it. Which is not the way you should play this game. There's iron, and I want it. Maybe we head up here and claim this territory as well. Number of trade routes passing through this oh, there is actually an administrative center there. What? Does that belong to anybody? It doesn't look like it does. I don't see a flag claiming any territory there. Perhaps it's a... No, but it can't even be the sus. Oh, actually, how are these guys doing? We must be, Yes, look, you can assimilate this independent people. Use the assimilation button and you will receive its city and defenders armies. However, any mercenary armies will disappear. 32 influence to assimilate. Let's do it. Oh, and just like that, we took it. Holy moly, that was strong. What? 35 influence and I just got a free territory. I don't know about that. That feels quite strong. And actually makes me think maybe we go back this way and claim this iron rather than that iron up north. Let's do that. Sweet. Okay. Well, we just got a free city, so that's a mood. I'm going to pop down an instant garrison because I'm a little worried about its strategic position. It's not in a great spot. And likewise, along that vein, let's produce a hoplite. Let's also, now that I have a bit of money, hoplite back up to denial. Which... What? Why aren't you producing anything? Denial? Please. Which has finished its production, so we could help out with the shared project. Although a research quarter looks really juicy. What's our stability like? It's actually quite good. Let's go research quarter. +9 science there, plus... Yeah, look at that. Adjacency bonus it's providing to both the horses tile and the amphitheatre. Love it. Let's do that. Getting a wonderful little adjacency, sciencey thing going on down here for our science capital. Because, of course, we can't win without science. Speaking of, I think... I think the play here might be to strengthen our water. So we can get we can get another +2 food on the rivers. That's quite good. Let's grab hydrology. In fact, that's really good for our growth. Oh, and we have another random event. There's little disadvantage to chopping them because you can regrow them when you get to the early modern era. Sweet! Chop them all down then, David. All day. So, the only game in town... There's a festival in Denial. It's added a foot race. The short race is popular among worshippers. During our time of peace, there's a danger, however, that the Empire's armies will lose their edge. Looks like we're doing some military training. The single race could be expanded into a series of games, sounds very Roman, where rival cities and fighting units send athletes to compete against each other for prestige. What type of games should we promote? So we can promote strength games, which will give us +10 combat strength for 10 turns. Stamina, which will give us movement. Or mind, which will give us science. We don't need either of these. Let's go with the mind games. We're going to invite everyone around and then we're just going to play chess. Like, hey, we got this. Do you want to come and play some war games? And they arrive and we just play chess. Done. Sorry, that was a bit of a tangent, but mind games it is nonetheless. And we'll end our turn 69 as we roll into turn 70. Brilliant stuff. We're above our city cap again, which is costing us, so we might want to have a look and see if we can get some new civics here. What about legitimacy? What will this do? +10% science. Modify attach outpost cost, modify absorb city cost. I actually don't so much care about that, but the 10% science is pretty nice. What other things could I spend it on? We also have army composition, which modifies unit industry cost or combat strength on unit. +10% science on a city outpost. +2 influence per territory, +10% stability. I think I don't want either of those right now, but I'm kind of interested in the legitimacy one. Festivities across... It applies status celebrating on new cities. Very interesting. Kind of don't super need either of those, do we? But we are going to move ourselves toward progress, which will get us the +10% science bonus regardless. So, am I going to have new cities anytime soon? Probably not. Am I going to be attaching stuff? Maybe. Let's go codified laws. Cool. Right, that's our civics sorted. Strengthen our water! Yeah, who loves... Yeah, what a threatening thing, right? Look out for that empire, they're strengthening their water. Ho ho ho! Okay, Atheni. You can contribute to the shared project as well. Let's just get the shared project done. Oh, yes, and we have another random event. What have we got? We can get... Right, the movement. We can get money and science. Or we can get 10 stability in denial. This will provide +5 money and science and sus. I'm just wondering if I want the 10 stability for 15 turns, or if I want the money and science and sus. It's not a lot, but I mean, it's 20 science and 50 gold. I'll accept it. Oh yes, so we probably will make a claim here, although I'm sort of pushing it a little bit already. Like I've expanded quite far. Will I let that stop me? Absolutely not. It recommends the outpost there. I'm just going to jump straight on that. That looks like an absolute winner for me. Let's do it. I just can't believe how easy it was for us to take sus. We paid like 32 influence, and we got a whole freaking city. What? What? Opens the list of adjacent outposts to attach to this city. There are none. Lol. Look around the rest of the world. Oh, hydrology researched. Our food has been buffed. And something pretty exciting looks to have happened down here with our holy site button. Buy this resource from the Nubians. Base price 15. Transport 40 bucks. Do we want their salt? +5 food. +3 stability on all cities. You betcha I do. Give it to me. I think that was done. Should we buy their ebony as well? +3 stability. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to buy all of their resources because that's fantastic. Trade menu, yep, we're all good. Treaties, I think we're pretty happy. Aren't we? We could offer them, like, shared maps or something. That could be quite interesting. They refused it. Well, see ya. Right, so down the bottom here, and this is one thing, by the way, that I'd like to draw your attention to, because I like this a lot. So you got your tech tree, you got your society, which is your civics, and then your religious bit. So Greeks, we are the religious leader of the Egyptians' shamanism, which was the religion we chose last time. We've got 40 followers now, which is very cool. Religion mode. On the left panel, you can see the state of your empire's religion, the name of the state religion, and its religious leader. On the map, you can see the territories influenced by your religion. To grow religious influence, we have to produce faith, and to produce it, we need to build holy sites or some wonders, and also there's some tenants that can produce it too. So, here's our religious map. We can see our religion is doing really, really well. We are spreading like wildfire. We've got followers everywhere. This city is nearly converted. This city is nearly converted. Sus, struggling a little bit, but we're doing well. There's a bit of border tension down here. Interesting. So we have 28 followers, tenant, and we've adopted shamanism, which is +10 faith and +10 influence per holy site. And we can add some tenants, so we can reform our beliefs here. Hey, look at this. There's 4 different tiers of religious belief. This looks like a very interesting religious system, and it feels more intuitive to use. Like, one thing that I often think about with Civ 6 is that it feels a bit clunky. Civ 6, it feels clunky. This feels actually quite fresh so far. Let's see what we can get. +5 money on territories under our influence. Holy moly. +5 science, +10 stability, +5 influence. Yep, okay, cool. +10 food on holy sites. So, and these are all buffs to holy sites. We have none, so those aren't very useful. But we can get really rich or really sciencey or really stable or really influency off this. Territories under our influence. And we can build a holy site. Wow. I'm going to go with gold. I feel like +5 gold for each territory under our religious influence is huge. Let's be gluttonous. So the Egyptian shamanism is now going to be gluttonous. Great. All right. I'll choose that tenant. And we can see that's unlocked. And so we can see now we have +10 faith, plus 10 influence per holy site, which we can now build and have. And another one, because we've got plus 1 maximum number of holy sites thanks to gluttony, and plus 5 money. Wow. Amazing. So, look at all these territories that are going to be following our religion. My goodness. We do have a civic that we haven't enacted, so we'll do it just for the sake of completion. Plus 10, plus 2 influence. Do I want plus 1 combat strength or modify unit industry cost? Cheaper units or stronger units? I'm going to go stronger units. Cheaper I'm not worried about because my religion is going to make me so much money. I'm going to be an absolute baller. New tenant for Egyptian shamanism. A little bit of a strange religion, but I can get behind it. There have certainly been stranger religions to exist in the world, to be fair to say. Should we just keep chopping down forests with this archer? I think we should. Thebes is but 3 turns away from these pyramids. Let's at least make sure we get these pyramids this episode. I didn't quite accomplish as much as I would have liked, and time is of the essence. We may as well just keep chopping down forests. Like, are there... Especially if the forests aren't near the city's workable area. Oi. So at the moment we're taking influence penalty of 30 per turn, but we're still making 58. Which makes me think I could almost push this a little further and go for 6 cities. Maybe I'm being greedy, but I don't know. I feel like the drawback is nothing and the benefit is huge. Speaking of huge benefits, surely we want to actually get out onto the ocean now, right? We might have to pop back and just figure out how to sail a boat. Let's do that. No, you heretic. You're supposed to neglect the gluttons. I'm such a heretic. It's so sinful. So sinful. Right, what have we got here? The Priests of Nature. What I just love the names of these events too. They're so fascinating. Alright, Priests of Nature, what have you got for me? Plus 1 combat strength for 10 turns, if we reject them. Plus 10 food for 10 turns. Large number of farming districts has led to blossoming knowledge of plants for health. Love to see it. With the Empire at peace and stable, we thought, why not? Yeah, let's do it. Bountiful on cities for 10 turns. Absolute no-brainer. What a fantastic event. And progress. Great progress. Again, I think let's just chop the forests. Chop all the forests. Although it may be more beneficial for us to do, like, this one. Although that's quite close to the city's workable tiles. Whereas if we do, say, this one, it's a little further afield. I'm not sure about doing this one because I don't want it necessarily to just feed into this outpost. I would prefer it feed into a city. And I am... Actually, let's just make this a city. Like, let's just do it. And now we have unexploited resources. We've got iron, which is incredible. Let's build an iron mine there. And also queue up a horse ranch there. And now, chopping down this forest is very useful. In fact, I've got so much money. Oh, yes, no, actually, I've got so much money. So, let's jump back to Denial. Let's jump down to Thebes. And quickly swap the production off the pyramid. Buy the stoneworks outright. That's going to give us an instant industry or production bonus to a lot of our tiles. So we'll buy it out, whomp outright. It was very expensive, but the benefits are going to be untold, I think. And then it's only 2 turns away from the pyramids. Beautiful. 2 turns. How about it? How about it? And welcome to everybody who's tuning in live. I see the number of viewers has shot up. Good to see you guys. Kiwi boy, Please pick a growth culture next. Your cities are booming with pops. Yeah, you're right. You are right. Another event. Yeah. Yeah. We're huge. We're massive. And I reckon we take advantage of that even further. Should we? There must be like a fun technology here that can... +1 science per population, libraries, and theatres, +2 influence on main plaza. 2 really good improvements. +3 gold. Yeah, maybe we should trial out... Oh, I just got a bit distracted there by Citizen Militia. Looks like you can build really cheap, crappy units for free. I love that. I love that. But now let's go rhetoric. Keep pushing up the science. What's next after that? I wonder. Theology. +1 city cap. Actually, that's really useful. There's another city cap here in foreign outposts. I wonder if there's a cheaper one that I've missed. There is not. Okay, so let's work towards that then. Let's get foreign outposts. Oh, it's a bit of a winding tree to get there. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. +5 stability, and our outposts get a bit stronger. We also work towards the quadreme, which feels like a good move. Denial stability is a little bit low, which makes me think it might be a good idea to get another garrison. But it only provides 5 stability, which is not actually a great deal. Whereas we could do public fountain and get 15. Or +5 stability on garrisons. So we could buff our existing garrisons that way. But I think we'll just go with the straight +15 buff. That's really nice to have. And we can actually buy it outright next turn. So that's fun. Oh, brilliant. And we've got another civic. We're desperate, really desperate to get more civics here. So, we can enact the Elder's Wisdom, which will give us +1 science per researcher on a city, or +1 science per number of trade routes. I think the researchers is going to be more beneficial for us, so let's work towards enacting this when we can do it. It's going to take us a little while because I'm way over my city cap. I'm well over my city cap. And the Pyramids of Giza are being completed. Not going to lie, little bit disappointed that we didn't get a movie with a wonderful narration, with Sean narrating it. I could try and reenact it, but that would just really just upset people in a major way, so I won't do that. Oh my goodness, just keep contributing to these shared projects, would you? Another holy site? Look at those yields! Oh my god! Should we give Denial some of that sweet, sweet action too? I think we should. There you go, Denial. You can have a holy site. Stone rings, +20 faith, +20 stability. My goodness gracious, that is good. We could blitz it with 5 pop, but we're not going to do that because we want all the growth. And then we can throw basically all of our citizens like this, whomp, into science. Look at that. This guy alone will pump our science. Maybe I should do that now. Yeah, let's have 2. Let's have 2. And I guess along that same line, we should probably do the same up here. This city growing a lot slower, isn't it? But that's okay because of the massive science. Each one of those dudes provides 10 science. My goodness. What does it do to our industry? 7 industry. Okay, so I think we're at a reasonable spot there. Our stability, again, a little bit low. I'd like to queue up a project that's just sort of generically beneficial, like the stability projects. Let's go the stability on garrisons. Because I'm very conscious of the fact that that could screw me. Stability could screw me. Don't screw me, stability. Got a lot of peaceful units meandering about in my land. I don't mind. This city is so stable. We can get away with being much greedier here. Should we get another one of our unique units? The city's a little small. I prefer to focus on growth first. And building a farm here will provide plus 11 food. So there's your growth sorted literally forever. Love it. And seeing as we're already on a forest here, we may as well chop down this forest. It'll take 4 turns. And so I may as well queue up. I think this building is the god building. So I'm going to queue up one of these. Preferably somewhere where I don't lose out on a whole load of yields, though. We actually don't have many good tiles for it. I'm going to lose a lot of food and stuff. So what I need to do first is expand the borders of the city. Which can be done just by building more districts, basically. So I want to expand onto the fertile tiles, but I also want to get up on these hills. So here is actually quite a good spot. It's recommending I build it here because it's going to provide more adjacency bonuses. But I'm quite happy with building one down here. So there we go. Queued up a couple of those. And actually, you know what? We've got so much gold. Let's just whomp buy the first one. We won't buy the second one, though. We'll leave it. But now, because I've done that, I have to queue up something else. Let's queue up our river buff, because our rivers are good. Plus 2 food on river, or plus 2 food per farmers, and an additional farmer slot. We do have a lot of farmers, and it's only 6 turns. Many a trade-off to be had. Let's buff our farmers first. You should build more amphitheaters. I always say that right. I always call them amphitheaters. Amphitheatrons. 5 turns for tech is rookie numbers. 4 turns for tech. Call me a rookie, David. But yeah, a mood. Keep chopping all the forests. Brilliant. And let's wab another one of these god buildings down. Nice. All the god buildings. I'm just going to buy it outright because I think you're right. That is an outstanding building. And then I would love to queue up an iron mine there as well. And we'll get a nice wee science adjacency thing going on down here in Sparta. Thebes is doing fine, but we should queue up another one of these super god buildings. Next to the holy site, I think is a good idea. Try and get some of those adjacencies. Take the high ground. They do look cool. They're so cool. They're my favorite building. Keep chopping down the forests. Deforestation is a problem in our empire. A real problem. Oh, yes. And we have our hoplite. Our unique unit, which we should probably take advantage of. Perhaps next time we go to war. Our neighbors do look kind of juicy. We've had nothing but trouble with them. Really. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Let's get another one of the god buildings down. There is a great spot for it because of the adjacency with horses. Although there's going to be more good spots along here. But I'm happy to destroy that one farm for the adjacencies. And let's just buy it outright. We've got money for days. We should also reinvest back into our economy, actually. Let's get a gold district down. Stability is fantastic in that city. One city that I've paid almost no attention to is Sus, because it was free. So it might be time to... Sus has, like, no food. My goodness, Sus has, like, no food. And here's me proceeding to actually do nothing about that. Because look at the juicy yields from this building. It's going to provide plus 13 science on that tile. Yes! Okay, enlighten. The people should learn the truth, but should war break out? So, plus 5 science for 10 turns. or plus 25% faith for 10 turns. I'm going to grab the science. I need the science. I want the science. I refuse to give up the science. Much Egyptian. Yeah, Thebes is super Egyptian. Thebes is super Egyptian, David. Yeah, so we've got a plan. We're moving toward the city cap increase, because that'll free up a whole load of our influence, which is currently being bogged down. This unit can upgrade to a swordsman now we've connected iron. Brilliant! So we can upgrade our warrior, which has 19 combat strength and 4 movement, for a swordsman, who has 25 combat strength. So a nice little buff there. Cool. No, we don't want to declare war with them, but we're really seriously considering it. You've earned 7 era stars. Brilliant! Alright, let's choose our next era. Let's choose our next era. And we are gonna go with... Could go with a war one if we wanted to declare war. What do these guys do as expansionists? They provide +1 faith, +3 influence, +1 money per state religion follower, +1 science per state. Interesting, we could go hard on that. Or the Khmer are here with their wonderful with their wonderful elephants. Interesting. I'm going to leave this on a cliffhanger. Do a bit of research and pick this up next time. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode of the Humankind Beta. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like rating and consider subscribing, because we're a small but growing channel and there's lots more Humankind to come. So yeah, that'll do for today's stream, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you this time tomorrow for part 3.